Now we move on to the 10:30 a.m. turn in April's harvest, starting with the Confederates. And as we remember, Hardee has new orders in hand, but he has to pass a delay die roll, and he fails. So we assume he's making preparations and dragging his feet somewhat to implement the orders from General Johnston to attack Shiloh Church. Meanwhile, General Withers' division is advancing on the Peach Orchard. You can see that is in the lower center of the map. Chalmers takes the left flank and extends lines. Gladden maneuvers the right flank and extends lines. And Jackson's brigade is held in reserve along with the corps artillery. At Spainfield, which is the top left of the map, you can see Ruggles' division continues to work on controlling the eastern Corinth Road. Gibson's brigade manages to flank Prentice's and Miller's brigade. At that intersection, the map doesn't show this, but there is Union artillery, and it opens fire against Pond's brigade, and this is not a good situation to be face-to-face with artillery, and this causes 2 casualties and a straggler for Pond, and his brigade fails the morale check and becomes shaken. Gibson's brigade and the extended lines get to take a shot at Allen's unit and the artillery in the flank, and Allen's brigade becomes wrecked as a result, and it becomes shaken. The artillery is also targeted, and 3 of the gun points are destroyed, leaving just 1 gun point left, and the attackers are low ammo. The last of the gun point is destroyed, incidentally, as the artillerymen attempt to retreat. They can be fired on when they limber, and they are, and so the gun points are wiped out. Miller's brigade suffers heavy losses also, retreating under fire. And Prentice ended up having to take a leader casualty check, but he survived somehow. Now we go to the Union portion of the turn. Grant is writing more orders. He sends orders to Wallace's 2nd Division to advance to Cloud Field, and you can see where Cloud Field is on the map. It's in the lower right-hand corner. General Hurlbut receives General Grant's orders, which were written a turn prior to advance to the Sunken Road, and I have the Sunken Road marked with a banner on the map. And Hurlbut is in complete agreement, and he rolls an acceptance, not a delay. So he starts moving and brings along his artillery. A little bit to his right, Prentice is in Barnes Field, and you can see he is in a mess here. His men are trying to change facing to fend off the rebel attack. Stewart's men are routing, and they do manage to get to the northern side of the Hornet's Nest. Gladden's brigade uses defensive fire against Taylor's cavalry in the Sunken Road. You can see that, and near the Wicker Field is where he's shown on the map, because the cavalry suffers losses and becomes wrecked and is disorganized and falls back to Bloody Pond, which is where he is on the map, having been evicted from the Sunken Road on the Peach Orchard. It probably was not a good idea to have cavalry defending on the front lines like that, but one must have to make do with what's available. Then at Barnes Field, Gibson's brigade fires at Colonel Peabody's men, and these suffer heavy casualties. You can see the extended lines are adjacent to Peabody at Barnes Field. And Gibson's brigade also suffers losses, but becomes bloodlusted. And if you don't know what that is, it's a morale state that really simplifies keeping passing morale checks. It's on a completely different table, and you have to lose your bloodlusted marker before you start taking other types of morale results. So it's a good condition to be in generally. Stewart's brigade recovers from its rout and remains disorganized. And you can see in the center of the map, there's his disorganized marker on top of him. That brings the 10:30 turn to a close. And stay tuned if you are enjoying following this for the 11 o'clock turn to be forthcoming. Have a great day.